Morning guys, Saturday. Got the next project going on here. It's a 2022 Chevy High Country 3500 HD. Got the Duramax and the Allison. Can't go wrong with that combination. Customer just put the wheels and tires on it, and then it came to me for an audio system. Imagine that. So right now this thing's pretty stock inside. Got the Bose emblem. We're gonna be taking that guy off. And the factory grills up top, which I don't know if you've seen Blue, but basically he heard Blue and wanted to copy it. So we're doing everything that Blue has, except we're not changing the head unit because he's got the 360 camera view. We're going to be taking these two guys out to put the Zapco processor there. It's got the wireless phone charger there. Kind of wish I had mine there. In the rear, it's going to look stock. Uh-oh, got a sneak peek at those woofers. The cubbies are going to be coming out. Zapco processor is going to be there. Take everything off. 4 amplifiers behind the back seat, plus the processor, plus line driver, plus. I got to keep the factory amplifier in this one because I have to integrate it into the Zapco and then do all the mixing and everything from there to get sound from the factory unit into the aftermarket equipment. And this is what he's using for subs. We got 4 of these guys going underneath the seat, which are the 8W7 anniversary editions, 2 1000.1s JLs. Not using the bass knob because we're going to use the bass function off of the Zapco, so that'll actually be pretty cool. This cubby's going to be coming out, so I have room to build the box and do everything back there. I have to actually post the video of Blue. 5 1/4 tweet going here, DynAudio. Gonna do the 8s in the front doors like Blue has, the 4 up top, and then the tweeter facing at you same way. Nothing up top's going to change. Everything's going to look the same. The mirrors, he's got the video screen mirror there, so all that's going to look the same. So let's go over equipment now. Got it all laid out kind of nice here on the table for you guys. So we'll start off with amplifiers. TruTechnology Tungston Grande 4 ISs HVs. You guys want to see they're both the same because 2 of these are going to be running. One's going to run the mid and the tweet, and the other one's going to run the woofer and the rears. So let's go over all the equipment here. So 4-gauge input, real nice, easy to use. You have independent gain control on the channels, and that's it. There's no crossovers, nothing in this amplifier to actually mess up the sound coming out of it. So true class AB, sounds phenomenal. Love these amplifiers. If you're in Vegas and you want to listen, give me a call or message, stop by, I'll give you a demo of the truck. These are the 8s going in the front doors. These are the 172s. 3-inch voice coil, which you can see right there. Great sounding mid bass driver. Large enclosure, so it works good in an open door. And kind of the funny thing is that if you roll down the window, they sound different just because they're not as sealed. That's the Esotec, and then we're going to go to the Esotar E430s, which is a 4-inch driver. And it's considered a wideband, so it plays from about 200 hertz up to 3000, and that's where your tweeter is going to take over. So I'm using the Esotec MD102s, just easy driver to get into place, because if I use the Esotan driver or Esotar driver, it's actually about the same size as the 4, so I don't have enough landscape for both those size drivers in the dash. So plus with these facing you, they sound really smooth. And then the rear doors are getting the System 222, which consists of the 252 crossover. This is the MW152, so it's a 5 1/4 inch. Still has a 3-inch voice coil, as you can see. So that's kind of the old. When you get into the Esotec line of DynAudio, every driver from the 3-inch dome up had a 3-inch voice coil, until you get into the Esotars, and then you actually have different size voice coils, different materials, and everything like that. Silk soft dome tweeter, so it's a smooth response. Same tweeter in this set as it's in the front door, so we're kind of matching. We're not going to get different sounds there. So that's all the mids and highs that are going in it. So front stage is here, rear stage is there, amplifiers, and then we get into processing. This is the Zapco HDSP16 V. So not upgraded chip on this one. This is a standard the way it comes. We ordered this, the Bluetooth, high definition Bluetooth module, and then this is the controller that's going to go where I showed you where that cigarette lighter and the USB ports were. So this is going to go there. And then we have a line conditioner from TruTechnology as well, which you have independent gain levels for each line. So you have power, ground, your inputs, and then your outputs. The only thing that's not going to be going through this is the rear speakers. So the rear speakers are going to go direct from the processor to the amplifier. Everything else will be going through this. So basically it'll be front, tweeter, mid-range, mid-bass, and then subwoofers. So we have everything there. Because the rear doors kind of just fill. You don't really care about that. And then we get to power. Went over to Down for Sound because they're local out here in Vegas. I want to start supporting local companies too. I was doing New Concepts, same wire basically, just different brand. Got the 1/0 to run from the front to rear, and I got enough to actually do 2 runs because I had a problem in blue with grounding issue. I actually have a 0.5 volt drop from the front to the rear because of the change in body materials in the GM trucks. So we're going to run a ground back as well, and then have the 4-gauge distribution off to all the amplifiers. 300 amp circuit breaker, and I like getting these ones because basically you put a ferrule on the wire, put it in, done. You don't have to do ends and everything else. And then distribution here, I like using the T-Spec stuff. It's fused, and then with this you actually get 2 1/0 4 gauges in if you want to do double 4 gauge in, 1/0 ground, and then they all go to 4 gauge or 8 gauge outputs. And then you have fused lugs here for the A&L style fuses. And then it's a small platform. I mean, see the size of my hand, the thing's tiny. And 4 amplifiers, easy to distribute. Stinger 8000 series RCAs. I got 7 1 meters and 3 2 meters. So that's how many RCAs actually need to go into this. 8-inch foam speaker rings. Foam for the doors because you got these funny little areas that like to rattle, and this is that squishy stuff that sticks and does good. And then Noico sound deadening for all the doors. So it is a diesel. We want to try to make it as quiet as we can. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be posting videos. I'm not going to do the whole install because I don't have time to do video and install at the same time, so I'm just going to go from there. I'll get the back wall off, I'll get everything mounted, and then I'll just do a quick run across the back wall so you guys can see how that's going to happen. It's kind of cool. I haven't shown the video in blue, but mount the processor actually to the seat and not to the back wall, so that when you open up that one door, the processor's right there. All right, thanks guys. Let me know what you think. Okay, got the back wall torn off, or the back seat out, so you guys can see what's going on over here. So this vent I end up removing, and I'll put a metal plate that's painted and then dynamite over top of that, or sound deaden over top of that. This is the 120 outlet power supply for the bed and the front. So this actually gets moved down to the floor right here. So that's just going to get relocated. This is the factory amplifier. I want to try to move that down as well, because I got to put 1 amp there, 1 amp here, and then 2 amps here. So I know from my truck in blue, I actually moved this to behind the panel on the side, and it still reaches, still works, and does everything. Just have to move the harness over to there. And then this is the camera input for your 360 camera view. I'm going to try to relocate that to the side as well. So what might end up happening is I'll move the factory amplifier to here, this and this to back here, and it gives me room for the 2 amps, 2 JL amps there, then 1 TruTechnology amp there, 1 TruTechnology amp there. The line driver goes on the floor down there, and then the processor gets mounted to the back of the seat here. So that's pretty much the whole layout, so you guys can see what's going on there. Okay guys, here's the back wall all cleaned off. I got the window motor that was there relocated. The camera module and the amplifier are underneath the seat right now, but they're all going to go up here. The factory amplifier is actually going to go right here, and then the camera module is going to go down here. It leaves me room for the amplifier here, another amplifier here, and the 2 JL amplifiers there. I got to build a panel for the air vent, because I'm going to delete that air vent, and then dynamite or sound deaden this whole back wall, and then have pieces of wood that are going to be mounted to the back wall, and then the amps will mount to those pieces of wood. There, piece there, and that piece down here, because the TruTechnology amp will go from about here to here, and the second one from here to here. So those 2 amps take up this whole area, and the other 2 take up that area. Line driver still down there, processor on the back of the seat, and I got enough room for everything. All right, guys. Okay, end of the first weekend, guys. So far I got on this install. 2022 3500 Chevy Silverado. Got all the power wire ran, all connected, relocated the 110 outlet, factory amplifier, the camera module, the rear window motor that was here is now behind the panel over here, hidden. Got the 2 JL 1000s in, and then the line driver's already in. I got the wiring for the processor and everything else ran already. Integration for the factory amplifier, it's all going to go right there and just go right to the processor. And then I got the 1 rear door done as well, so all the speaker wires are already ran to the front for this one. And then when I do the other side, I'm going to run the processor wire, because when we do the processor like mine, I'm going to take this and this out and put the processor display right there, just make it easy to control. But yeah, it's hot out here. It's Vegas. It's over 100 today. Black truck. It's about 1 o'clock. I'm done for the day. And we can take half the Sunday and just relax. Thanks, guys.